Hello beauties, welcome back to this channel where everything is beauty related. We all know that braids are a luxury type of hairstyle. So if you want to learn how to braid using the knotless method and to achieve the perfect partings with having your curls looking beautiful, bouncy, and full, this video is definitely for you. Stay tuned guys, because I am excited. First thing I will be talking about is partings. I personally believe that having clean parts and sections will make your hairstyle look more appealing. For the first bottom roll, I will be parting the hair into 4 sections. While I am parting, I will be adding braiding gel to the base of the roots of the hair. I love adding braiding gel to the parts of the roots to make the parts appear more cleaner, and I also apply it to the partings as well so that it's easier for me to have cleaner parts while I am braiding. Moving along to the first braid, I'm going to section the hair into 3 and start crossing over the strands. I'm using my index finger, my thumb, and my middle finger to be able to grip the hair. Next, I will be adding 3 strands of hair extensions to the natural hair. So the reason why knotless braids is called knotless braids is because you're trying to get the illusion of your natural hair being braided first, and then you're adding the hair extensions after. Now I will be attaching the curls to the braids. These curls are by Milky Way. It's a human hair bulk in the color 1B, 18 inches. I will put the description of the name of the curls down below so you guys can have it as a reference if you want to use it in the future. As you guys can see, the hair has straighter piece at the base and then it's curly moving down the strands. So I'm going to take a little piece of the strand and braid it into the knotless braid. And normally with boho knotless braids, you kind of want the curls to be able to stick out. So I'm going to braid it like 2 braids down, and then I'm going to pull that curl out of the braid and continue to like adjust the curls a little bit just to make sure that I have enough curls to be able to get the fuller look. I will be using metal clips for security so that the curls does not slip out while I am braiding, and I'm going to also attach more hair to the braid so that it's even from the roots all the way to the ends. Another tip that I would like to touch base on is adding braiding gel to the straight piece of the curl. The reason why this is great for beginners is that you are able to attach the curl into the braid very easily. The first part that you guys saw, I did not add any braiding gel to the straight piece. Now I'm adding braiding gel because it's easier for me to be able to braid the curl within the box braid, the knotless braid. So definitely if you want to add braiding gel to the straighter piece, you can do that. It is very helpful. I'm going to continue to add the Milky Way curls all the way to the ends of the braid, and this just gives the more fuller and bouncy look that you guys see on Instagram and TikTok. And after that, all the way when I get to the end, I will be tying a little knot just to secure that curl from not coming out. And you guys see how the curls look like. You guys see the braids. This is how you want your knotless braids to look like, okay? It looks very beautiful. Moving along to the second braid. Always start with 3 strands crisscrossing I am a left-handed girly, so I'm always using my left hand to start braiding. And if you are right-handed, you can use your right hand. Inserting the extensions to the hair, you have to make sure that you start with smaller pieces and then you work your way to medium pieces, and then you can add larger pieces if you want to. As you guys can see, my hands, when I am inserting the extensions, it's like a C shape, okay? And then I'm going to turn my hand underneath the braid, and this just gives me more flexibility to braid. And I'm going to continue to add more hair extensions to the box braids just to give the more fuller, medium-sized look to the hair. One thing about boho knotless braids is that having curls at the end of the hair is so important. It's just a certain look that is just giving, and it's giving luxury, okay? I notice sometimes some people have problem with like the beginning of a braid where it's a little bit looser. So I would suggest using braiding gel to be able to have like a firmer hold when you are braiding. So always use braiding gel or jam just to give you a much tighter grip while you are braiding like the starting part of the knotless braid. One thing that caught my attention about using the Milky Wave deep wave curls is that it does tend to stick up. The straighter pieces tend to stick up, and I just use jam or braiding gel just to mold down that area, or I can just cut it off. It's just personal preference. And then I'm going to continue to insert the curls to the braid. Throughout this whole entire video, I am using the metal clip for assurance that the curls does not slip while I'm braiding. So please, if you're a beginner, I highly suggest using a clip or something to be able to hold the curls while you're braiding your knotless braid. And I continue to braid all the way down, and it just gives me a much more fuller look, as you guys can see. And now I'm going to go into the second row and repeat the same step. The braiding gel that I'm using to braid is the BTL braiding gel, the one in the gold container. That is my favorite, hands down the favorite, the best braiding gel I've ever used, okay? It is just bomb.com. Like, it keeps my partings super clean. There is no white cast. Like, it's just really, really nice. I recommend y'all to go and try it out, and let me know if you guys really like that, because I love it. This is called the brick layer parting pattern. This is a technique to create a full set of balance for box braids, knotless braids, twists, all of the above. So the squares are stacked just like bricks. So if you guys can see bricks, they are on top of each other, but there's also spaces. So that's why it's called brick laying pattern partings. So all of the braids are going to be stacked on top of each other just like bricks. This is a first-time client of mine, and this was my first time doing knotless boho braids on her, and it came out so beautiful. Honestly, you guys, what I would say is just trust the process and believe in yourself. Even though this was my first time doing this specific hairstyle on her, it came out amazing. Obviously I know how to braid, but I just put my best foot forward, and she didn't even know that that was my first time doing boho knotless braids. So honestly, what I would say is be confident in yourself and know that you can do all things when you put your mind to it. Most importantly, trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding, and He will guide you through everything that you've desired in your life. It could be the simplest things you think that is simple, and it could be the biggest things that you think that is big. He will guide you and make the impossible possible. Put all your trust in the Lord, and He will lead you in the right path of greatness. A commonly asked questions that I see on TikTok and Instagram is how many curls goes on one braid. I will say if you want a fuller look, 6 curls or 7 will be ideal for a fuller look. If you want a much more natural look, I would say about 4 to 5. And if you're going for a much more natural look, you don't have to put curls on each braid. You can actually skip some braids if you like more natural looking curls and just like, play around with the look. So I zoomed in on my camera to show you guys how it looks like when you insert the curls to the braid. Y'all see that the curls is perfectly like sticking out of the braid. It's not like tucked in. It's like sticking out. You can see it. And that's the effect of Boohoo Knotless braids. You guys stuck with me through the first and second row. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to comment. And you guys can see that the curls are so bouncy and voluminous from the roots all the way to the end of the hair. Once we start moving higher up the head, we are going to keep the square shape of the knotless braids. And obviously we're going to keep on doing the bricklay partings. So the box braids are going to be stacked on each other. And as you guys can see, there is a middle part. So we are going to have a parting in that middle. And I'm going to part on the other side as well, keeping the square shape as possible as I can. And then I'm going to be putting some clips just to secure those partings. And then I'm going to braid the natural hair and then start adding my hair extensions and along with the curls. Remember when I mentioned having a part in the middle? So this is just going to be able to break up that middle section, the middle part. We're going to break it up and add a braid right in there just to have the bricklay effect when the hairstyle is completed. Say hello, everybody.
Try again.
You try again. Say hi. Say hi.
No.
Say hello. What you mean no?
Guys, check us. You bye.
Subscribe to the channel. Say thank you.
Check out good ones coming.
All right, we are halfway done with this hairstyle, and you guys can see the braids are looking so beautiful, so neat, and just breathtaking. And I'm going to keep on working my way up towards the top of the head, sectioning out. I'm just cleaning my parts a little bit, and then I am going to be able to do my partings as I gradually work up towards the top of the head. The partings get a little bit more because I want a fuller look more than a natural look. So yes, continue to watch. I will be right back when I get to the top of the head. I had to come back and say, look how beautiful these braids look. They look so fresh and clean. The lines are super neat, and it's just giving like professional, because I am. Hello. And I believe that you guys should have the same confidence that I do, because this is literally my second time doing boho knotless braids. The first time I did it on a client, had no clue on what I was doing, but I know that I just had confidence in myself. And this is the second time I'm just showing you guys what I learned the first time I did the hairstyle. And if I can have confidence and show you guys what I learned in one try, you can have confidence too. So here I just added some colors to the hair. These are just very basic colors. You have like the deep purples and the dark navy blues. Super pretty, super gorgeous on my model, of course. And now we're at the last braid on the back portion of this hairstyle. And this is just beautiful. It's super full. One thing I would say is that it's not heavy. So it's full but not heavy, very lightweight. Moving right along to the front portion of this hairstyle, parting right down the middle of the side of this section. And I normally use a braiding gel just to give me a grip, braid the natural hair, and then add the extensions. First, I use 3 extensions after braiding the natural hair, and then I start adding the Milky Way deep wave curls. I normally like to add about 5 to 6 curls within a braid just to give a much more fuller look. Sorry, y'all. And As you guys can see, the next section I'm going to be doing 4 and then 5 for the next section, and then I believe another 5. And I also added some other colors like to the braids just to give a much more like cute vibe. I feel like the colors are so pretty on this dark skin model that I have. So the top portion of this hairstyle, I have 5 braids on the top row of each side. I just wanted to clarify that just to show you guys that the partings and the section really matter, just to give a much more flatter look when the hairstyle is actually complete. I got this method from a Black creator. She basically used like hair oil just to give the curls a much more like bouncy and soft and shiny. And then I actually just went ahead and added some water along with the hair oil just to give like the much more like wet look to the hairstyle. Lastly, I added some flexi rods on the bottom portion of the colored braids, and then I use hot water to just seal up the curls, and this just helps blend in with the curl. I did this because I did not want the colored hair to be straight. So that is it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for sticking through with me. And also I went ahead and took some pictures and videos outside with the hairstyle, and I got so many compliments from strangers, which I'm so thankful for. If you want to book me, my booking information will be down below, and follow me on all social media platforms. Thank you guys.